Hey guys, how's it going? So the new LEGO Spider-Man Far From Home sets are finally out. The official release date was April 22nd, so be sure to check your Targets, check your wherever, and we're kicking these reviews off though with the HydroMan attack, and the center for this one is 76129. The recommended ages are 7 and up, and an piece count of 471, while the price point is $39.99. Now I said this in my video about these sets before they came out. I am so genuinely excited for this entire line. It was the first time going to a Target where I was just actually really looking forward to each and every single set, and so I'm really excited to talk about not only this set but the entire wave over these next few days as we build up to Avengers Endgame this Thursday. Holy shit, I am not ready. Hopefully you are, but we'll see if we're all still alive by this time next week. Either way, I'll be making all kinds of custom minifigures to celebrate the release of the film throughout the summer, and so I hope you guys will bear with me and stick with me for that. But for right now, this week we're reviewing these sets, and I'm pretty hyped, man, so here we go. First up, we've got what I think a lot of people are considering the definitive Peter Parker minifigure, because as you can see, not only has LEGO printed a fantastic new torso with 3 very distinct layers in the form of his hoodie, the detailed shirt design, and then the Spider-Man suit underneath that only extends onto the back with the hoodie design there as well, and even a little more of the shirt, but you have the red ski cap that LEGO has used here in an effort to portray Peter's mask kind of like half pulled over as he's struggling to kind of deploy into action super quick upon seeing HydroMan and Mysterio. So I think this is just so cool, and of course LEGO did print the Spider-Man lenses on top of it, and this is just something that I think a lot of LEGO Spider-Man fans have been waiting to see for a long time, and LEGO's done a great job here. I mean, this is an excellent minifigure, and it even comes with a hairpiece. I'm so glad LEGO has turned this into a trend now so that we don't have any of our iconic superheroes being bald anymore, and so Peter does have a hairpiece here included, and so I think that's really great, and I really appreciate that. There is one nitpicky problem that I do have to point out though, and that is that unfortunately, even though we get this super nice hairpiece, Peter now shares the exact same face as Ant-Man. So we've got 2 separate actors in the same universe playing 2 completely different characters of completely different age ranges, and you've got the same face. Now, I mean, it does work better for Peter than it ever did Scott Lang, so I mean, that's fine. And personally, I mean, I don't really care anymore. They were already doing this with Captain America Unmasked and Hawkeye from Civil War, and then Star-Lord and Bucky after that, so I give up. And like I said, it does work better for Peter, so I don't really mind. And you can see if we go ahead and turn the head around, we do have the alternate facial expression, which is of course the much more concerned look for Peter there, so that does look really good as well. And like I said, I really do think this is the definitive Peter Parker minifigure. Personally though, I'm probably going to swap the head out for the Marty McFly one. Next up though, of course, we've got the debut of Mysterio in LEGO, and this figure is just about everything I was hoping for. I mean, apart from a few inaccuracies within the design work on the torso and legs, this is just awesome. And I mean, those inaccuracies within the torso and leg designs could be attributed to him maybe having another suit that we haven't seen yet, or probably more likely it was just based off of concept art that wound up being changed for the movie. Either way, this new dome piece is amazing. It is a brand new piece, not the Sandy Cheeks dome from the SpongeBob sets or anything like that. This is a brand new, smaller, tighter, more compact, and more sturdy single dome piece, and it is fantastic and perfect and completely just like sets the stage for this Mysterio minifigure, custom Mysterio minifigures. I mean, this is just the definitive piece that I was really hoping LEGO would not skip out on, because this is going to look so great on all the custom minifigures that I and so many other customizers in the community will make. And so this piece really gets me excited, and it even has a little hole at the top there if you want to clip anything in. And then you do also have a chrome head underneath to maintain that like clouded effect that Mysterio is supposed to have. Obviously, you're not supposed to see him underneath there, but I guess if you're curious, I'll go ahead and pull Peter Parker in for a quick minute to show you what it looks like with an actual minifigure. That was the first time I put that on. That looks hilarious with an actual minifigure head underneath. Oh man, look at that. I was not expecting that for some reason. That's hilarious. Oh man. Okay, we'll just put that back on, the chrome head. But as you can see, he does also have a couple of trans light blue power blast pieces. And if you don't know how power blast pieces work, you just push against them toward the arm. They fire. It's great. That went that's gone. But I mean, they should have been trans green. I do agree there with, I think a lot of people have been saying that. And I mean, you can just kind of, I guess, pass it off as he's fighting HydroMan, so he's channeling the water or something. I don't know. They should have been trans green, but Lego, I mean, whatever. You can see the torso design again, and the leg designs are still fantastic, regardless of how accurate they are. They're super detailed and just really work well for the minifigure. And you also, of course, do have the magenta cape for Mysterio, and so that's really awesome. And we'll go ahead and flip it up, though, to give you a look at the torso design on the back. It actually kind of has a little bit of the cape printed onto the top there, so that's really great. This minifigure is really great, and I mean, honestly, I feel like it could be my favorite in all of the Spider-Man Far From Home sets, which may be the unpopular opinion, and he also does appear in all 3 of them, so he's not an exclusive minifigure by any means, but he just looks so good. Our third minifigure is our first ever Lego Zendaya MJ making her debut in this set with a brand new printed face that looks really good and perfectly matches her likeness. I mean, that's pretty much as spot on as you're going to get. I'm very impressed with this new head, and even the aggressive facial expression that she has printed on the opposite side, just looking exactly like Zendaya. The torso, unfortunately, is just a rehash, and this torso has been used like an ungodly number of times across all kinds of Lego City sets. So I mean, that's a little unfortunate, but I mean, it works, and I think it's close enough to the outfit she'll be wearing during this sequence anyway, so who cares? Standard pair of black legs, and otherwise the hairpiece is obviously not accurate either, but again, it works, and I understand why Lego wouldn't go out of their way to make an entirely new mold for this minifigure. I mean, the face alone, I think, is enough to sell this being the Zendaya MJ, so I think this works, and this is a really great first version of the character in Lego. And finally, Dr. Manhattan, I mean, HydroMan himself looking really great here. I absolutely love how Lego blended the medium blue with the normal blue elements, I mean, for the arms and legs. I mean, it just looks really good, and all the design work, again, just really nice and really sells you on the idea that this figure is, this character is made up of water. I mean, you got all kinds of little squiggles and bubbles running throughout the glowing eyes. I mean, the eyebrows, all of this, I mean, just looks so good on the front of the face and the torso, and the same can be said for all the detail that extends onto the back of the head and the torso there, just looking so awesome. And I think this is a really nice minifigure, apart from obviously the lack of leg printing, which really isn't a problem because he's meant to be inserted into the giant water spout piece, which we'll get to in a minute. So I don't know, I mean, aside from the nitpicky things I pointed out, these minifigures are excellent. All right, before we move on to the actual set itself, of course, we do have to talk about all of the different web pieces that are included. Again, you get this really great wide variety of them, and I mean, it's great to have them back. They're all so awesome and perfect for the Spider-Man minifigures, and they're grippable in various different ways using various different bars that are incorporated into the design of each one, or you can attach pieces to them to make them, link up with minifigures' hands, and it's just, these are all so awesome and so customizable and just perfect, like I said, and you get a lot of them, and you even have a couple on the build this time, which is really interesting. I mean, I kind of missed out on a lot of Spider-Man sets in my time, and especially in like 2016 and a couple of the ones that came out this past Christmas, but this is, for me, the first time where I've seen Lego really make the effort to actually incorporate an absolute ton of 1x1 modified bricks to accommodate these web pieces, and I just figured this is something I should just mention straight out the gate. I just thought it was so cool how not only does the set look really good with all of its seamlessly integrated playability features, but you just have these studs, all these modified bricks available for Peter to attach his webs to and, basically simulate the look of him, web slinging around the build. And I just think that's so awesome. And we'll go ahead and remove him temporarily though, so that we can discuss the rest of the set. And just dropping him on the dock real quick, we're going to discuss HydroMan first up. And you can see HydroMan is on a giant water spout, and he's looking awesome, man. I mean, this entire build is really cool. All those different trans blue slopes really do simulate the look of an actual rotating water spout. I mean, and then of course, all the different added stickers only help to make it look that much better. I mean, I think you get at least 4 of those, or you get like 4 of them, and I mean, they just really help for more added detail, it looks like. Actually, you get more like 5. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 5 of them. And of course, you've got HydroMan himself up on top right there. He's got a little 1x2 available space for the minifig to actually slot in there. And I think, being able to attach him to the water spout really makes up for the lack of leg printing that I mentioned earlier. So this is totally fine and just a really, really cool build. I mean, just this alone is really awesome and can kind of break apart into various sections if you wanted to as well, which I think is really great. I mean, you can take this thing apart in 3 different sections and basically make the water spout for HydroMan however big you want. And so I think that's really cool, man. But setting HydroMan aside temporarily so we can talk about the canoe. Of course, this is MJ's canoe, and I mean, this is a simple build, but really effective, and actually just somehow looks really good. And so you've got a 2x4 available space in there. So basically, I mean, if you want, you can go ahead and take not just MJ, but you could also have, Mysterio in there, because of course, with that 2x4 space, you can fit 2 minifigures. So I think that's really great. But we're moving Peter temporarily, so we can talk about the problem that MJ seems to be facing in this set. I just dropped it on the floor. The problem MJ seems to be facing in this set is she's got a broken paddle. So, I mean, I don't know if this is a broken paddle or if she's just like secretly turning into Korra and is like taking notes from Aang and paying homage to the Avatar, because I mean, the box art kind of shows her like going up against HydroMan with the stick, which is supposed to be a paddle. So I don't know what's going on here, man, but I mean, that's a pretty ineffective paddle. It's a stick, but it's a nice dark tan stick. So we'll just go ahead and get her into a seated position so that she can row with her stick. So there you go. That is a thing. But now moving on to the rest of the set. Oh my god, there is so much to break down with this, so definitely try to bear with me here. But we'll just go ahead and get started by saying, wow, this set is just like the perfect combination of everything that I personally expect from LEGO sets. And for me, this is just great because it balances the idea of making a set look good. So you have all these different techniques and all these different structures that actually look really nice. So you have all these really nice archways, and you have this really cool entrance. You've got these pillars with this structure on the very top here. You've got those bricks with the actual brick engraving in them. I mean, you've got all these different colors over here in the cafe area. You've just got so much going on here that just makes the set look good just visually before you even get into the playability features, which are all seamlessly integrated. So no stud shooters, no spring-loaded shooters, none of that stuff. They're just really nicely integrated playability features just using straight up normal LEGO pieces. And I think that, for me, is the perfect balance that I think most LEGO sets should have, and this one definitely does, which is why I absolutely love it. And also because, I mean, I'm also Italian, and I mean, Venice, and this is kind of cool. But to get started with those playability features, of course, you can see that Mysterio is up top on the bridge here, and the bridge does have a couple steps leading up to it from the dock, and you can see you have a hollow space in between each one. But essentially, the two main playability features with this whole area, this whole build, are basically done using a couple of buttons, which are just attached to a Technic pin. So you basically just go ahead and just press on the button and that Technic axle, and then the two plates that make up the top of the bridge that Mysterio is standing on make him go flying, and they're pretty great. They break off and just send him airborne. But I mean, jokes on HydroMan. I mean, Mysterio can actually fly, so I mean, it is great though. I mean, probably better if you put maybe, I don't know, Peter on there or something. But essentially, you just go ahead and drop those two plates, those two panels back on there, and the ball joint realigns so that you can use the playability feature yet again. I love this little bit here, these studs that make up the railing. That is just, again, all those little added details make this set look so good before you even start talking about these playability features. And one little hidden thing that, of course, we have to cover that I personally wasn't expecting before we talk about the rest of the playability is this. What's going on here, LEGO? I mean, I wasn't expecting this. We've got like Ratatouille going on underneath the bridge. This little rat is, I guess, it's a blue plate, so this rat's kind of like swimming along, and he's got a slice of pizza down there, and he's even got like a little like magenta gem. So I mean, I think this little dude stole the reality stone, and we just got the ending for Endgame spoiled. But that is a thing that's happening in this set. I mean, it's a full-blown rat. It's like, I mean, you got the full piece here, the eye printing and everything. It's my first ever rat. So I mean, that's great. I always had like the old classic gray one. So I mean, this rat is definitely quite a step up, and I'm just going to go ahead and just attach him back in like that. But essentially, you can also see we also do have like a couple archways here that make this whole thing visible. So I mean, this is something that totally slipped past me looking at the actual set pictures before these came out. So I mean, that was unexpected. But if we go ahead and move on to the rest of the set here, we go up, from the dock and over the bridge to the cafe, and you can see the cafe is the more colorful side of the set with these yellow chairs and these turquoise awnings that have actual stickers of the cafe's logo on there. Kind of curious if this cafe specifically will be in the film or not. Either way, you've got greenery up there, you've got the light post, you've got a web attached to this clip, which is again linked into one of these modified bricks, which again, I cannot stress enough how cool that is that these sets are now starting to accommodate the actual web pieces, so you can go ahead and actually take Peter and slot him into one of those modified bricks and have him actually swinging around on whichever part of the set you want, man. I think think that's great. So if we go ahead and just cover the final playability feature of this set, you do have another button here, and this button you pretty much press in, and I guess the idea is we'll go ahead and take MJ, but it's kind of awkward because her hairpiece doesn't really cooperate with these chairs, so we'll just kind of put her on the chair, kind of hovering on it. There you go, perfect. And we'll just go ahead and press the button in, and basically by use of the standard trapdoor piece that you've probably seen before, the whole thing goes up like that, and it's great. But anyway, we'll just go ahead and stick MJ over here for a minute so we can talk about the table, which of course has a little coffee mug on it along with another slice of pizza, but also you've got a newspaper, and unfortunately this one is a sticker and not a printed tile, but essentially it's something about Mysterio in Italian. I think that's so cool, man. Absolutely love that, and that is just attached to that small little table there, and definitely one of the best details of the set. You got a little railing here, which is just a miniature chain. Again, more modified bricks throughout the structure, and then you also do have the inside of the cafe with an actual coffee maker, which is surprisingly good looking, a very simple design, but again, really effective. So you've got another coffee mug in there, so both Peter and MJ can get a cup of coffee each, and so that's really nice. And again, just more and more of these modified bricks available for you to slot Peter's webs in wherever you so choose, and so that is really great. And other than that, man, I think that's pretty much it for this set. You've got a lot of potential for play, like even underneath the bridge in these areas here. You got a little gate down here just to give you a look at what the set looks like underneath. Just a fantastic build with, again, some really nicely integrated playability features that don't look ridiculous, that don't stand out, that just naturally flow with the rest of the set. And these two additional builds in the form of HydroMan's water spout, the canoe, and then of course you also do have Mysterio to go back on top. So I mean, is this set worth $39.99? Absolutely. I would have picked this one up regardless of whether or not I was doing this video. This is a fantastic set, a really nice build with great minifigures, and I just could not recommend this one enough. So definitely consider it, guys. I mean, if you only get one or two of the Spider-Man Far From Home sets, this should definitely be one of them. And so I think that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for sticking around this far. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the box and the instruction manual and finally wrap up this video. So the box is pretty much what you'd expect. I do really like the Spider-Man Far From Home graphic though, and especially the render they went with for it, and the little Spidey emblem in the bottom right corner. It's kind of crazy. I think this is our first wave of MCU sets post-Endgame. But as you can see, we got the Peter Parker minifigure sporting the actual size reference on the top with that Spidey emblem yet again. And then all the features that I just showed you. And is it me, man, or did LEGO just like really go above and beyond with all the box art for these sets? I mean, look at that. Look at all the waves and the splooshes and the splashes and the sunshine and the sunset. It's great. I didn't miss anything, did I? It doesn't look like it. All right, cool. Then the stack of paper that teaches you how to build the Legos. It goes for about a whopping total of 90 pages. A nice, clean 90. You got an advertisement for Lego Life, who cares? You also have an advertisement for Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. Honestly, I don't even know if this game came out or not. That's how out of the loop I've been with the Lego Marvel games. But yeah, then that's it. Oh yeah, Spider-Man told me that he went to another planet and fought aliens. What is that? I've got this. Nah, man, I've got this. Hey, dude, do you think you could just, like, not terrorize all these nice Italian people? Come on, man, I'll take you to Atlantis. Yeah, actually, sounds good. My man. Damn it, I was trying to look like the hero. Wait, what? Whoa, hey, kid. Peter, right? Didn't know you were vacationing out here, too. Oh, hey, Mr. Lang. No, you have my face! Alright guys, there you go. That's going to do it for my review on the HydroMan attack. Again, I do recommend this set, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, or maybe you found it informative, or if I helped you in deciding as to whether or not you plan on picking up this set, then be sure to let me know by dropping this video a comment below, as I'd love to hear from you. Otherwise, guys, again, like I said at the beginning of the video, we are in the Endgame now. This is the week. This is Avengers Endgame is this Thursday, and it's just weird. I figured it's worth mentioning at the end of this video here, just because it's, I don't know. It's like we're closing a huge chapter on our lives because of how much the MCU means to all of us, and so it's just kind of weird to just be casually reviewing really good Spider-Man sets right before Avengers Endgame, and also because usually I obviously have a showcase ready to go. Not the case this time, because I'll be making the figures over the summer instead, and I hope you guys will be there for it. But man, either way, thank you again. If you want to keep up with all my upcoming Avengers Endgame minifigures and the progress I'll be making on them, it's always posted first over on Patreon if you want to consider supporting the channel there. Otherwise, preview photos do go up over on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook long before the showcase videos will make it to the channel here. So if you're interested in any of that, it's always linked below, and I really appreciate you guys sticking around for the whole thing. And otherwise, that's going to do it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, take care. Bye-bye. Use off with the HydroMan attack. So blah. Dome, I just dropped it. Not the Sandy Cheeks dome from the and try to pick up these new sets, and we're gonna get these sets are awesome. I'm so excited to talk about this one with you.
Earth, fire, air, water.
Hey, MJ? What's happening? Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the your targets or your wherever. We're kicking these reviews off though with the finally here the